Welcome to the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Brought to you in part by Master Networks Wylie and powered by the Difference Media LLC. Today's show is hosted by the creator of the North Texas Community Difference series, Lendon Wilson, and co-hosted by Melissa and Melissa Mancini. The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie was created to serve as the platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our co-host and their guests share thoughts and insights about being a professional and the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in a very special way. Because the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie starts now.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie edition, the first edition of this. We're going to be doing 2 shows a week, Tuesday mornings at 8:30 and Thursday mornings and part of the afternoon from 11:30 to 12:30. And we are in partnership with Master Networks Wylie. It's a great chapter. I'm part of that chapter. And if you are looking for a networking chapter, that's the one you want to look at, because these are some incredible people. You're going to find that out over the next course of a few weeks. We've got, as I said, the 2 shows. We've got about 16 members of Master Networks that's going to be on the show, and they're going to be co-hosting, bringing their guests on. We're going to be talking about things that are going on in Wylie and surrounding communities, and just really trying to give a platform for small businesses to get some visibility and let the people within the community and the surrounding communities know who they are. I am Lendon Wilson, and I created The Difference about 4 years ago as a radio show. COVID happened, and we just kind of, as everybody said back then, pivoted and adapted and brought ourselves to where we are now. Just kicked off a new radio station. We will be going live on it probably within the next couple of weeks. We still have some equipment challenges as far as getting the audio conversions over, which are things that I didn't know anything about 3 years ago, but we're learning now. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that. I will run some information about the station later, and but I'm going to bring on now my 2 co-hosts, the 2 Melissas in our group. And, we got them both on the same show. So here we go. I'm going to have this Melissa Mancini and Melissa Berry. Welcome to the North Texas Difference-Wylie. Are y'all scared?
No, I'm not scared.
Your audio sounds so good, Melissa.
Does
it's
it?
Really good. Yeah.
Nice.
You sound like you've been doing this a little bit.
No, I've actually never even worn AirPods until today. I took them out of the box last night.
So professional. So professional. That's awesome. Well, I want everybody to know that might be watching today that you can make comments, which someone just did. You can make comments if you're watching on LinkedIn, if you're watching on YouTube or even Facebook. You can comment, get involved in the show, ask some questions, get to know the guest of the co-host. And as we're doing that, I'm gonna start. Here's the thing, everybody watching. My eyes are going to be all over the place because I've got 3 screens. I normally produce and not host. Hosting's not my thing. But I had someone that couldn't make it today, so I'm hosting and producing. So it may look like I'm a little distracted, but I promise I'm not. So we're going to start with Melissa Mancini, and we're going to let Melissa tell everybody a little bit about her, who she is, what she does. And Melissa, share a little bit about your association, what you love about the North Texas Community Difference, or not Community Difference, the North Texas chapter of Master Networks Wylie.
Sure. So I am Melissa Mancini with Melissa Mancini Photography. I have been a local business to Wylie for about 8 years, I believe. I started my business here in Wylie in 2015. I focus on high school seniors and families, and we create custom artwork for your home. And I've been very, very involved in our community, as well as the PTA, the Education Foundation, I love giving back. When it comes to master networks, I literally could go on and on and on. I love master networks so much. I truly, truly believe in what we are doing, and the family that we have created really, really just fills me, and I love it. And yeah, so
Well said. One of the great things, I've not been a member of that chapter very long, and you all have been so welcoming of me. And I've said this to everybody. The thing that I noticed immediately when I started attending those meetings is the genuine and the authentic love everybody has for each other, the support everybody has for each other. What really got me was the raw authenticity. I mean, you go to a lot of networking meetings and everybody's giving you their highlight reel. Everybody's perfect. Everything's great. It's hard to grow as a business if that's all you're ever hearing from somebody, because you can't share what your struggles are. And what I love about is when you walk into that great place that Allison Wilson allows us to have, there's no egos, there's nothing. Everybody just, they share their struggles, and just the biggest support group I think I've ever seen with that many people. So, all right, Melissa,
for sure.
now your time to shine. Tell everybody a little bit about you, what you do, and your association with Master Networks.
My name is Melissa Berry, and I am with Lawyers Title. I opened up my franchise. It's a fee office where I partnered with an attorney a little over 3 years ago. And I did that on the heels of being in the business over 20 years. So this August will make 25 years in the title industry. And when I opened my own branch, it was pre-COVID. So wasn't really sure what was going to happen, but as we all know, the market was great the last few years. Market is going through some changes, but one of the things that has been consistent with since COVID is Master Networks-Wylie. I joined in the very beginning when they first started the organization in Wylie, and I was really excited. At the time, I lived in Wylie and had lived in Wylie for 20 years. My kids went to all the Wylie schools, Hartman, Harrison, Burnett, and Wylie East. And Wylie is just a great community, family, great friends, great schools and teachers. So when we started the Wylie Network, I was just really, really excited because I felt Wylie was just kind of getting left out and stuff like that. I have been part of other network groups. And like you said, Lendon, they just weren't as genuine and as sincere, and just didn't have that heartfelt feeling, like family feeling that you want to have with colleagues and people that you're meeting with every single week. And so when I got to know everybody, I mean, they're a great group. I love the camaraderie with all the Master Network members. I love how everybody just empowers each other and cheers them up and encourages each other as business owners, because we all know as business owners, it's not always the easiest path to take. So when you go there, you leave, just with this amazing feeling. And it's just like Melissa Mancini says, just this fulfillment that you get from being around everybody in the network, and everybody's just encouraging each other. And it's what you need. It's your weekly dose of therapy, of encouragement,
Yes.
positivity. And
It's business. It's a business revival session, right? I had somebody explain it to me like that.
That's
Like, I go to
exactly.
church on Sunday,
Yes.
and I get that feel, and then I go
Yes.
to my networking group, and it's like,
Yes. So
Yeah,
I love it.
I agree.
Yeah, I was sharing the group's information with a lady that moved here from New York just a couple years ago, and she was originally from London. So I encouraged her to come. She's new, kind of going through some personal stuff, and I told her that this was the place to be because she wants to start her own interior design company. So
Oh, wow.
she'll be visiting
Nice.
us soon. Yeah.
that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Can't wait to meet her.
So, ladies, I know that this is, first of all, thank you both so much for being the guinea pigs, right? The very first brand new format we're going to be. And as I was talking to Jenny today, and Jenny, thanks for watching. We got you on. I see your comments. We're posting those. If you're part of Master Networks, comment. Let everybody know who you are, and that you're with us here in the Wylie group. So there's going to be some things that we're doing through the show. So I don't want anybody to get nervous. So we're going to talk a little bit. We've got about 5 minutes till break, and then we're going to bring your guest in after our first break. But let's talk about, we got a little segment we're going to start doing called What's Up, Wylie? Okay. And I know that last week at Master Network, someone shared, I can't remember, I think it was, uh, I can't remember her name now. I can't remember who it was, but they're talking about the big soccer tournament that's going to come. I mean, an international soccer tournament that's coming to Wylie. So I want to give you both a little bit of time. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. If you don't know, just act like you do and talk about something else. I don't care. But let's talk about Wylie a little bit. Let's talk about maybe some events that you know that's coming up. What's going on with any of the schools, anything like that. Just share a little bit about what you love about Wylie. And we're gonna Melissa Berry. I'm gonna have to make sure I say both your last names. Melissa Berry, I'm gonna let you go first,
Okay.
and you get started on that. And tell us a little bit about what's up with Wylie.
Well, Wylie, I have so many words to describe Wylie. When I first moved out to Wylie back in 2001, it didn't have hardly any of what it has now. I mean, of course, it's grown over the years, even prior to that. But I moved out there in 2001, bought my first house, and my kids were so young. Actually, my son wasn't even born yet. But one of the things that I grew to love about Wylie is just it still has that small town feel. It has the community comes together for all the events that Wylie puts together. They just had the Wylie Taste of Wylie yesterday, and then they have Boo on Ballard. They have all the homecoming parades. They have all kinds of stuff that is centered around downtown Wylie, and they have a carnival that comes out. So it's just a great city to live in, especially if you have young kids. So that was one of the things that I grew to love about Wylie. I mean, I will have to say it was an adjustment for me because I came from the city, and I was used to being close to a highway and major malls and other stores. But Wylie has grown and is continuing to grow, and they're bringing so many more attractions and restaurants to Wylie so that Wylie residents can stay in Wylie and contribute to the Wylie business owners.
That's a great way to put that. I'm a small town country boy, and I tell everybody that I moved here about 30 years ago and couldn't wait to get to the big city. And I like being close to the big city now, but I like the small town feel. That's why I love Wylie, the downtown area, which is where you're located, right, Melissa? It's just amazing. It's nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool. And Melissa Berry, you're right. I mean, did they not have a rodeo just not long ago downtown or something like that?
The Cross Church did. They always have one every year.
Okay.
So this coming weekend, actually on the 7th, that's Sunday, there's the annual pedal car races. It's a really cool event. I believe 5 and under come out with their families, obviously, and they get to ride in these cute little pedal cars. They're like little push pedal, like the Flintstones, pedal car races. And they have like races and there's heats and it's a fun day. But all of the business owners come and they have their wrapped or logoed pedal car and they bring it out there and the kids get a chance to warm them up and test drive all the ones and see which one is the fastest. And then they put them into heats and the little guys just go. And it's the cutest thing ever.
That's awesome.
And it's a great family day. There's food trucks. There's a lot of sales going on in the shops and deals to be had. So it's a fun time. You guys bring your families out and enjoy it.
All right. Well, that gives me an idea. Maybe somebody that's part of the show can take a little bit of video for that, and we can run that on the next show that they're on, and show everybody a little bit about what's going on here in Wylie. So, with that, we've got about 30 seconds before break, but we're going to go ahead and do our first break now, and then when we come back, we're going to let you introduce your guest and we'll let them talk a little bit about their business and what's going on with them. So everybody stick around. We'll be right back.
The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie is made possible in part by One Payon and JP Health Direct. Affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses. Lendon Wilson and Community Wealth Advisors, Life Well Planned. Angela Tucker with Coldwell Banker Apex. here to help you discover your real estate dreams and build wealth through all stages of life. And by Dr. Chelsea Nutt with Retrouve Wellness. Feel it to heal it. And Cordell Reynolds with New Res Mortgage. Your mortgage journey starts right now. The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Together, we can make the difference.
And now back to the show.
All right, everybody. That's just a few of our fellow Master Networks members and what will be co-host as the weeks progress on this channel that we have here. So, ladies, I'm going to let you, Melissa Mancini, I'm going to let you go first. I want you to introduce Kim. We'll bring her on. Then Melissa, introduce your guest, Christopher. Once they're both on, we'll let Kimberly go first and talk a little bit about her business, her love for Wylie, and then Melissa will let Christopher go right after that. So let's bring Kimberly and Chris on. Welcome to the show. Excited to have you. Thank you so much. You guys, again, y'all are part of the guinea pig group too. This is the first one. I don't know if you've ever done anything like this or not, but I do appreciate y'all both taking the time out and being here today. And so Melissa Mancini, take it away. Tell us who you got.
Yeah, so I would love to introduce you guys to my good friend, Kimberly Vicante. She is the owner of Dear Sorella Boutique here in downtown Wylie. And she and I met about, 5 years ago, Kim? And just kind of hit it off as women-owned businesses. And yeah, so she's great. She's awesome. I'm glad to have you.
All right. And then Melissa Berry.
Hi. I want to introduce my husband, Chris Berry. He is a part of the Boys and Girls Club. He sits on the board. So it's the Boys and Girls Club of Collin County. So he's going to be talking about what they do, what their needs are, and how Wylie can help contribute to the Boys and Girls Club of Collin County.
Awesome. All right. So Kimberly, we're going to go with you first. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. You know, what's cool about these type of shows is I had no idea about your boutique. I have since told my wife about it because obviously I started looking into who we're having on the show. And that's what these shows are all about, right? Is to bring attention to people. One of the reasons we created this 4 years ago is most businesses don't struggle or fail because of a bad product or service. They struggle or fail because not enough people knew who they were and what they were doing. So we're trying to help solve that problem in whatever way we can. So I want you now to talk a little bit about who you are, where your business is located, and tell us about that business.
All right. So I am Kim Vicante. I have owned Dear Sorella Boutique and Salon now for about 5 years. I moved to Wylie in 2014. I am a country girl, moved to the city and quickly realized that I wanted out. So we found Wylie. I actually came here as a teacher and worked at Watkins. So I taught for 10 years, and then just through some family things, we adopted about the same time that I started the business. Gave me a little bit more time to be at home and to handle those situations that were happening within that time frame. And so being a teacher in Wylie and then starting a business was so helpful because our town is small, and all of the teachers and those parents of the students that I had, I mean, they're still like our number one supporters, like every day. It's really awesome. So that's when we talk about like why Wylie, like that, the support that comes from that is really amazing. Just for, you were saying you haven't seen us yet, but like at the same time, like we have thousands of customers coming in every day, and just really like a huge support locally. We took over the salon in 2019, which was a really fun deal. We have 10 stylists in the back of our boutique, kind of just keep us going, a constant flow of people, which is just another really great thing. And we work together really well. Of course, while you're getting your hair done, come and get an outfit. So that works out perfect. But yeah, we've been here since 2017 with the business. So a little over 5 years. Like I said, the salon since 2019 just really kind of fell in our lap with a great deal of knowing people in town is like how we got that spot. We are literally right in the middle of downtown Wylie, which is an amazing thing. Tons of more foot traffic thanks to the new businesses coming in downtown as well. But yeah, we're excited to be here. I do all the things with Melissa, Education Foundation things, the chamber, downtown merchants, all the things to keep us going, and all our lady boss friends.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, Melissa Berry, your turn. I want you to introduce again your husband, Christopher. I'm excited to hear about the Boys and Girls Club. One of the things that we really love doing on all of the series of shows that we do, the Community Difference shows, is spotlight the nonprofits and the organizations that are making the difference. And I use that cheesy line all the time, but that's why we called it the difference when we first started, because we're looking for people and organizations and events that are really making the difference for our community. I mean, we all live, I don't want to get on my soapbox, but we live in a world now where when you turn the television on, most of the time you're hearing all the negative things about everybody, and people are telling you who to be mad at and why you should be mad at them and blah, blah, blah. And this is different. This is the complete opposite. We're going to show people some things that their neighbors next door that are doing some amazing things, and hopefully try to bring a little bit of sanity back to what's going on. So take it away, Melissa. Let's hear about it.
Okay, so I want to introduce my husband, Christopher Berry. He sits on the board with the Boys and Girls Club of Collin County. And I just have to say, since he started with the organization and has been sitting on the board, it's been eye-opening, to say the least. We had no idea how bad Collin County needs the community support. So I'm going to let him dive into that a little bit more, but I am very proud of him. I'm so excited for him. I know this touches a spot for him, and it means something a little bit different for him than it does me, but I am still very proud of him and excited for him to be on the board.
I can see it and hear it, Melissa. Christopher, welcome.
Welcome, everybody. Is my hair okay?
Yeah, man, you're looking good. You are looking good.
My hair is good.
I like those pictures you got on the wall back there too. That's pretty cool.
Thank you. So before I start with the Boys and Girls Club, I want to speak to real quick on Master Network. So I was a previous member. I was a commercial loan officer. I held the commercial loan officer seat. I am still a commercial loan officer. So any business owners that need help with loans or lending, but give me a call. But I love the group. I'm no longer there just because I have so many hats and things going on. I just can't make the meetings, and I just didn't think it was fair for me to hold that seat. But the group is amazing, out of sight but not out of mind. I still keep in contact with all the guys there because it's just that much of a family environment and a family feel. So, and kudos to everybody in the group. I actually still comment on people's pages and things like that, promoting their business. Marissa Page Restoration. Those guys are amazing. Ashley Bledsoe. Melissa Mancini, I can't say enough about how great the group is. So I'll say that about Master Networks. As far as Boys and Girls Club is concerned, I do have quite a bit of information that I'll try to compact into this really quick. So Melissa, my wife is correct, and I don't have a problem with sharing my past. I lived on the streets for 3.5 years. My mom and dad were both full-blown crack addicts. And I thank God for some of the things that I've gone through because it's made me the man that I am today. And so I have a special connection with these kids that I see. And the thing is the thought process is everybody associates Collin County with Frisco and Plano and Allen and places like that where there are resources, there are means, people have money. You associate with the Cowboys, things like that. So they're thinking like, dude, there are no kids out there that are struggling or have issues or problems, things like that, where you would be 100% wrong, 100% wrong. There's a huge need in Collin County. And I have, since I joined the board, have been grinding, pushing for Wylie. So let me tell you what the issue is with us getting into Wylie. The reason why we can't get into Wylie is because, number one, we need a school. So I've been imploring Dr. Vinson to try to see if we can get one of the elementary schools like Hartman or something like that, somewhere that's centrally located in the heart of Old Wylie. And then also somebody to man that. So somebody that will go through the background checks and stuff like that and be willing to be a director or something, but it's more of a part-time gig. So maybe an ex-teacher or something that you guys know, anybody listening that knows somebody that would be interested in doing that, maybe a part-time gig to make some extra cash, but somebody that actually cares though, not somebody that's just want to get a paycheck, but somebody that truly cares about kids and want to see this, because this would be an after-school program, teaching them, tutoring them, things like that. Also bringing in maybe high school kids that are transitioning to college that want to come in like as counselors, things like that. The salaries range anywhere for kids from $12 to $15 an hour. So there's an inherent need in Wylie, and we can together fill that need. So I need you guys' help. I don't know who's all listening, but I really need you guys. If you can reach out to me, you message me through Facebook, and we can connect, so we can get a club in Wylie, so we can serve the kids in Wylie, because there's definitely a need in Wylie. So with that said, I'll make this quick. Every year we do sponsored events. One event I'm putting together right now is a pickleball tournament. But one huge event we have every year is our gala. So this is called Night at the Cabaret. It's October 14th. It's our gala. It's actually the largest gala of any Boys and Girls Club. It's huge. I'm talking about, it's an adult prom. It's the most amazing thing I've ever been to. There's always, there's celebrities that come out, multimillionaires, things like that. And they do auctions. They do everything to raise money. And I want to point out a couple of the cool deals that we did last year. Is they did 2 trips. I'll just point these 2 trips out. There are much more, but I'll point these 2 trips out. So they had a trip to Italy for 4 first-class tickets. First-class tickets for 4 people. You got to stay in a villa in Italy. It's like 10,000 square foot villa for 4 days and 3 nights. You got a butler, a sommelier, and a maid, and a chef. And Andrew Bocelli sang for you on the last night.
What?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So the 4 tickets, the 4 first-class tickets, that's $40,000 by itself. But the package was auctioned off at $43,000, and 3 people bought it. But I mean, that by itself is a $200,000 package. Then the other package that I thought was really cool is you got 20 friends for a backyard barbecue, all expenses paid, all food, and Bobby Flay comes over to your house and cooks for you in your backyard. And that one went for 20. And I'm only highlighting those 2 because I thought those were pretty cool. There were a bunch of great prizes, Antigua and some other stuff. And they have smaller prizes, things. But the bottom line is there's a huge need for these kids. So I'll tell you, from business owners specifically, there are 3 ways that you can go through the process. It's visibility and media, which means that they plaster your business all over the place, all through this whole process. Then there's brand recognition, which is slightly lower. Your business is plastered. You are actually one of the co-sponsors of the Boys and Girls Club. And then there's hospitality, which means that you'll get a table at the event. They'll make a shout out to your business, and you also get a little spot in one of the little billboards and things like that. But the brand recognition actually goes into a pamphlet, as well as the visibility media. So anything we put out, like you'll have a page or a half a page or quarter page that goes out to anybody that deals directly or indirectly with the Boys and Girls Club. So I just wanted to kind of cram as much as I could in a small amount of time. I know we don't have a lot of time, but I really want to beat home Wylie. Wylie is our home, even though I'm not actually residing in the Wylie city. It's still our home. I'm still in Wylie all the time. I really need the help because I really want to push this agenda. And the only reason we're not in Wylie because we don't have a school yet, and we don't have somebody that can facilitate that area. So okay. Please help me with that, Chris Berry, Board of Directors, Boys and Girls Club, and that's it.
All right, man. That's That's good stuff. I've got a surprise for you, Chris. We just had somebody reach out that's actually sitting on our panel today that wants to know more about it. So we're gonna take our break, and we're gonna come when we come back. We're actually going to be doing a roundtable with everybody. And we're going to talk about the importance of small businesses and organizations being involved in their community, which ties in perfectly, Chris, to what you're doing. And so we're going to give you a lot more time to talk about it and how we can get more people involved. So that worked out really well. Chris, if you're putting in a website, if you'll type that in the private chat, I will get that website up for you as well if you got anything to share. So everybody stick around. We're going to be right back and in just a few minutes, and we'll get back on our discussion.
The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie is made possible in part by Marley Knapp with Norwex. Chemical-free sustainable solutions for your home. Melissa Berry with Lawyer's Title. Melissa Mancini, owner of Melissa Mancini Photography. Don't let your babies grow up to be JPEGs. And by Terra Padilla with Texan Window Cleaning. Don't let dirty windows be your pane in the glass. The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Together, we can make the difference.
And now back to the show.
All right, we are back. If you were watching before we went to break, we've been talking to Chris Berry about the Boys and Girls Club in Collin County, talking a little bit about trying to get this organization and what they do so well for the young folks into the Wylie area. So we don't call this the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie for nothing. So if you're watching, if you're from Wylie, this is going to be a project that, we're all going to see what we can do to help. So I'm going to let now, Kimberly just messaged through the private chat that she wants to know more about it. So we're going to let Kimberly and Chris have a little discussion. And then we're going to talk more about that. But y'all go ahead. I'll open it. I hope I'm not putting you on the spot, Kim.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm actually pulling up the website for the ball so I can post it out for everybody. But go ahead.
Cool. So Kim, talk to him. Let's figure out how to get you involved and how everybody else can get involved.
Well, first of all, I was just like, okay, maybe this is why I was here today. I'm a very everything happens for a reason person, right? So I have a very similar background to Chris, apparently. So there's that. I just was super lucky and adopted by a family member. I mentioned earlier that we also adopted, and luckily she didn't have to go through that as well for very long. So whenever he was talking about okay, we need help, I was a teacher for 10 years, Chris. So there's that. I am very good friends with lots of people in the district, along with Melissa Mancini over there.
Yeah.
So I heard that. And then just in general, the school that I worked at in Richardson, we had a lot of the Boys and Girls Club helping with those students because it was an at-risk area.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the most at-risk area in Dallas was our school. And so, yeah, it just was okay, check. What can we do here? So, yeah, I just thought, let's see.
So what I'd like to do is so I will start traveling quite a bit here soon. So I'd like to, as soon as possible, maybe this week, if you have some time, tomorrow or Thursday, we go out to the corporate office in Allen and talk to the director who kind of puts all this together, and we try to figure out the best course of action to get this done. Having someone who's willing to step in to help I can't even put into words how big that is. And I'm sure you understand that, being an educator and, definitely dealing with at-risk youth. I know that I've gone days without eating. And I know there are kids that if they're not a part of this program, if they're not in school and they don't have this program, if they're not at school, they eat that one time and that's it. Or they eat breakfast and lunch, and then the next time they eat is the next day. So this does all that, plus helps with homework. It gives them a safe place. So I am super, super excited about this. So please reach out to me directly. I put the website up for the ball as well, for anybody who's willing to or wants to come to the ball. Number one, donate. The table is only $2,500 for a business, and it seats 8 people. So you can buy the table and then have friends come out, so on and so forth. It's an amazing event. Melissa can speak to it. When we got there, we were like, wow,
Yeah.
it was awesome. So it's every year we have it at the Embassy Suites in Frisco. I don't know if you've ever been to that Embassy Suites. It's like a 5-diamond, 5-star hotel. It's amazing. It's a beautiful hotel, and they do a great job of decorating it. I mean, red carpet, the whole nine. So it's an event to come to regardless. Even if you just want to grab a couple tickets and come out, you don't have to buy a table. It's worth the time to come out. And at the end of the day, it's to help these kids. So that's my driving force, is to be able to help children. And like you were saying, Lendon, I mean, we live in this council culture environment where, you know, this divisiveness where everybody hates everybody, and just it's you have kids that you can be a part of developing a life where they love on each other and love on other people, and they don't succumb to what the media is trying to push on us as a society. So I love being a part of this, and I'm excited for whatever help that can be sent this way. So Kimberly, I'm excited. I can't wait for us to go sit down and meet, and then hopefully we can talk to Dr. Vincent and have a serious conversation. I'm unfortunately not in the cool club with him, so
He's on my list of future guests, so we'll try to get him in here.
Else? Yeah, so if we can get an opportunity to talk to him and see if we can work something out to get into one of the schools. Hartman is my goal school because it's in an area that's a lower income part of Wylie, and all the kids actually walk to the school. You know, so, and it's in that neighborhood, First Street and all that stuff in Old Wylie. So that's the school I'd like to start in, and so I'm really excited about this. So if I wasn't so happy, I'd be crying right now. So thank you.
Chris,
I love how much spark this has gotten into you. You've definitely, like, I know Chris through Master Networks as well. He actually played golf with my husband yesterday, so we're all good friends.
At a charity event, by the way.
With my brother. I'm so proud of you. You have done awesome things with this program, and just since you've joined it, I have seen just like I don't even know, Chris. You're a big personality to begin with, but you have definitely like blown up since this. And I don't know, you were talking about it when you and Melissa were guests of mine at the Boots and Barbecue Gala charity fundraiser that we attended. And you were talking about it then, and I totally am excited to go to this ball that you guys invited us to. So yeah, I think that this is great, and I would love to help support you bring this to Wylie. Dr. Vincent is actually a good friend of mine and a client of mine, and I would love to help introduce you guys and get you guys going with this. It sounds amazing, so I know you'll do great with it.
Maybe the three of us can sit down and talk at some point, if that's possible.
Maybe we can get all three of y'all on another show. What about that? And let everybody see it.
Yes.
I mean, I'm traveling, but I'm able to get on. So if we can, I would love to do that. So just, I don't want to beat this home because I'm so excited about it. I can talk about it all day. But I'm just excited.
So I'm going to ask you a question now, Chris, because, our roundtable discussion today, the title was going to be why it's important for small businesses to get involved in the community. And I know sometimes as a small business, we see things from a different perspective as a giver than someone in your position that needs those people to be involved and be engaged and to give. And just whether you're giving or not, make that connection like we just have with Kimberly, and like Melissa Mancini may have an opportunity to do with Dr. Vincent.
Mhm.
So you never know
Mhm.
what's going to be behind that door that you open, but you got to take that chance and open it, right?
Right.
So I want to start right now. I want to have a roundtable discussion. We've got about 5 minutes, so we're not gonna have that much time, which is fine. But Chris, talk about that. Talk about why you need the small business owners, the people that know people, the people that are in the community. Why do you need that? Not just in Wylie, but in every community, the boys and girls clubs and organizations like that. Why is that so important for you?
Let me speak to this. So generally, when you are a nonprofit organization, you go after the big dollars, right? You go to the big corporations. Like I work for State Farm as a full-time gig, right? And then my loan officer gig is a brokerage that I'm a contract loan officer for. So both of those companies are donating to the Boys and Girls Club. But generally, you know, nonprofit go after the state farms, not the turbo loans, the smaller brokerage, all right? Because you get an opportunity for bigger dollars. But the thing is, though, is how does a small business become a state farm? Through notoriety. You just said it earlier, Lyndon, when you talk about Kimberly. It's not you don't have good product or good service, it's the notoriety. And what better way to get your business name out there? And I'm sorry, it has to be a twofold, a give and take. You're helping, but you're also being helped as well. So the more people, the more times you can say, hey, look, you know what? Um, um, I'm going to help your organization. I'll give my time, my energy. Even if you don't have the money to give your time. And while you're giving your time, you can speak to some of the things your business does, and it grows your small business to the point to where now you have the money to donate to this organization that's also props you up as well. Not to mention the fact it's also a tax write-off, which I think that should be the least of your worries. The biggest part of it is how are you helping somebody? And I'll tell you the biggest part of it. So my wife actually inspired me with this as well, because I used to donate to Five Loaves Food Pantry, and I'd go over and help and go donate my time when we didn't have money, or when we had money, I would donate money. And Melissa, this is more of a hands-off type. Hey, I'm just going over there. These people come in, I load their car with food or I give money, whatever, but there's no real connection. Melissa actually went and became a big brother and big sister, or a mentor, and really was involved with this young lady's life who didn't have that connectivity, especially from a female that she could look up to and see that this person is successful, or she's driven, or she's ambitious, and have something to inspire to. Now I'm boots on the ground. Now I talk to these people. Now I'm touching their lives personally, like somebody did for me, which is amazing for me. And so I'm serious. I'm really trying my best to hold back tears. It's just I can't stress you guys how amazing it is to be a part of this. And if you really love helping people, and you get an opportunity, even if you don't, but if you just say, you know what, the hell with it, I'm just going to go ahead and try anyway. Somebody in that environment, you're going to see yourself in and want to help and want to be there for. And in doing that, you also get an opportunity to prop your business up, because they see somebody with your logo or your tags or whatever to say, hey, look, this guy at whatever company is doing these great things. Let's go check this person out. So it's a give and take. And that's why it's so huge about being able to do this, to be able to help others, kind of quell this notion that we should be divisive, and then also help your business as well. And in doing so, growing our community. The better your business does, the better our community does. So that's my elevator pitch on that.
No, that's really
like
good.
30 floors of elevator, but
Chris, one of the things when you talk about the kids and that they, the mainstream media and the divisiveness that we have, those kids don't know that yet. But if there's no other option out there, but for them to watch that news, that's what they're going to grow up to think is the norm, right? And so we're going to work to do what we can in getting people in the right places so that they don't have to be raised by, the media companies.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're talking about these businesses and how they can get involved, there's a lot of people that think I can't get involved with a nonprofit. I don't have the funds to do that. There's a million different ways that you can get involved and make a difference, right? It just a lot of times it's just you need that connection that I have. We don't know that yet because we haven't communicated.
And I don't mean to cut you off, Lendon, but Kimberly doesn't have to give one penny to the Boys and Girls Club, but her helping to be an advisor or even make the transition. Melissa doesn't have to give one penny, but the connectivity with Dr. Vincent to get us into school, that is huge. I mean, we need the money, don't get me wrong, but that's a great example. That's a great example of what I'm talking about. I mean, give your time, give your energy. I saw Julian jump on as well. He says, good morning. Julian does a lot of stuff in the community. He's amazing in the community, in every community he serves. And so to have, he's a great example to have somebody like that in the Boys and Girls Club that's always pushing to make that connectivity in the community. That's what we need as well.
That's awesome. All right. We're about a minute over for our last and final quick break. We're going to go to that. And as soon as we are done with that, we're going to come back and we're going to give everybody a chance a little bit to talk more about their business. And
I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're fine. Hey, I told everybody before, I said, we don't script these shows. We have a format. That's only if they get boring so we can stay on track, right? This one has definitely not been boring. This caught fire like we wanted it to. I couldn't have asked for a better first show. Yay. So these two Melissas and their guests have set the bar. So all you other master networks, y'all better get your game together. So we're gonna go to break now. We'll be back in just a few.
The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie is made possible in part by Jenny Connolly with TC Roofing and Restoration. Trust TC to keep you leak-free. Jessica Cooper with Diesel Signs and Displays. The Power of Advertising. Lynn Heberly with Coldwell Banker Apex, guiding you home with heart and expertise. Megan Lunt with Brightway Insurance. If you are not insured the right way, call Brightway. And by Marissa Page with Page Restoration. When the worst happens, let our family take care of yours. The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Together, we can make the difference.
And now back to the show.
All right, y'all heard that. Together, we can make the difference. So, it's been a great show. We got about 13 minutes left. I want to give some time now to each one of you. I'm going to let Kimberly go first, and then we're going to follow that with Melissa Mancini, and we're going to follow Melissa with Melissa Berry, and then Christopher. We're going to let that passion close us out today. Okay, so let's bring Kimberly up first. Kimberly, I want you to talk a little bit about your business. Tell everybody why they need to be coming and visiting.
All right. So like I said earlier, I do own Dear Sorella Boutique and Salon. We are located right in the middle of downtown Wylie. I mean, why should you support us is because we have really cute clothes, but no, really just like Chris has his passion, that is the whole reason we started was to be able to give back to the community as well. So not only are we able to employ people in our community, we do also give back to all of our local, honestly, local everything, but the main ones are the Education Foundation and then helping local foster families in our community. And so every time that you shop with us, it's not just that it's supporting, a large corporation, but supporting our community as well. I know we were talking about making connections, and like I said, just really glad that I got to be on here. And I have heard of Melissa Berry. I don't know you, Chris, but we're going to get to know each other. And like I said, I think everything happens for a reason. One of the reasons that we are able to be here and be in this community as business owners was literally something when I say fell in our lap. Social media is a fantastic thing. That is actually where our youngest daughter came from. Social media found me. And so, like I said, it's just a really neat thing where I was a teacher. This happened in our lives that we needed to do something different. The store grew based on people downtown knew that we were doing some things online, helped us find our building. So when you're talking about like making those connections, like it just something led to where we are. And so, yeah, I think that whenever you talk about like making a difference, like the reason we're able to make a difference is because of people in our community, and because we've made those connections with others. So Chris, I'm really excited to get to work with you. Just like Melissa said, we are good friends with Dr. Vinson. We do have some people in leadership that we are really great friends with. I'm not saying that just because we know them, we're like, we got this.
Right.
It helps to know people, and to if you can get us this excited, then we can help you get others excited. So that's really a great thing. One thing that I will end with is we were talking about having connections and having things in Wylie to do. That's something that we are really excited about because we are downtown. Melissa is one of my OG people here, but we really like to have events downtown and be able to bring people together downtown with our business. We've made a lot of friends, which is, I think that's like the biggest thing is being able to own a business in Wylie has just made so many connections that aren't only, I guess, business fulfilling, but like filling your heart as well and being able to do that. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm like, I don't even know. Like, I don't want to talk about business. I want to like figure out what we're going to do with Chris. So there's that. Last thing is we do also own a wholesale company. So anyone watching this that also works with boutiques. Chris, you said you know a lot of different people too within organizations. So if you're looking, know anyone that is looking for wholesale for boutique shop small things, we're your people too.
Gotcha.
Awesome. All right, Melissa Mancini.
Yeah, so something that we actually didn't get a chance to touch on, though, I don't know if you know, Kim, her husband Scott, and their daughter Kinsey are actually extremely involved in the oh Lord, I'm gonna say it wrong,
Yeah.
FHA. And so, just speaking to being a business owner and being able to, not necessarily just donate all of your money or fund, gift cards or whatever. I know that Kim has brought a lot of awareness to the FHA in our
right.
district.
It's
Am I-
FFA. It's
Am I saying it wrong? FFA. Goodness, I don't know what I'm saying. But she has been
Housing Administration. I got you.
Hey, putting it all in there in one acronym. But yeah, they've done great things with the FFA, and Kinsey I love watching her with her little pigs, and but she's been able to really bring a lot of awareness to the actual program, and so that just says a lot to just being a business owner and social media and just sharing the information. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that in there for you, Kim. I know you guys are definitely trying to make sure that program sticks around and grows too. So if you guys are looking for a great program, Wylie has a really excellent one with some really great members. So as far as Melissa Mancini Photography, we are here in downtown Wylie at the corner of Brown and Ballard. We are a boutique studio. We're an award-winning published photography studio. That just means that I've been on the cover of a lot of magazines and won some awards for it. Our studio, we really like to focus on giving our clients the most amazing experience, the custom everything. We have custom cookies that we give you, and drinks, and you're nice and refreshed while you're here, and we play fun music. I take my clients, high school seniors, they take me thrifting to thrift stores. I didn't even know that was a thing, but it's super fun. I go shopping in your closet with you and help you find whatever you have to work with currently, and then we'll put together a shopping list for everything that that you guys need to fill in the gaps for stuff that we don't have. We picked the perfect location. Actually, Melissa Berry's senior, her last baby to go through senior year, we went down to downtown Dallas to the Winspear Theater and did a little reflection glass on the nice little puddle that they have there. I don't even know what it's called. But we do some really great things, and it's all custom to your family, your student, what they want, their vibes and all of that. And of course we get the moms, perfect smile. But I like to do a lot of candid stuff where it really shows the personality and character of that person and that family's love and bond. And then after all of that, we do a reveal session where you're able to order the most amazing artwork for your home to hang these images from your session on your wall, so that when you come home and I don't know, maybe your kid, you got a phone call from the principal's office and your kid was bad and was doing something not so great. And you're really upset and you come home and you're like, oh, you see your beautiful artwork on the wall and you're just like, my child, I do love him. There's really something to be said about the experience and having artwork in your home. It just really makes it a home instead of just a house. My tagline is, jokingly, don't let your babies grow up to be JPEGs. A lot of times we will just take our images that the photographers give us and they put them on these little JPEG, or back in the day it was CDs, and we throw them in a drawer, or that's probably the worst case scenario, but you put them on Facebook or social media and then you see them next year on Time Hop, And so what I do, I really like to make sure that my clients, their investment is on the wall. They get to see it every day. They get to remember these tiny little squishy babies and see them as they grow, and remember that high school senior that, in their final moments in senior year, and where they've been and where they're going. And so, so that's me. I love to pamper my clients and give them all the best.
Awesome. All right, we're going to go to Melissa Berry now, but I think that was the greatest sales pitch I ever heard. When your kid's bad, come home, and at least you got a picture to remind you why you love them. So
I have definitely lived those moments before with my son, because he was a boy of all boys. But so my name again is Melissa Berry with Lawyer's Title. And again, I am a fee office, which is like a franchise owner. I partnered with my real estate attorney and opened my office back in February 2020. I'm located in Firewheel. I do have another office in Frisco, and then I have a Dallas office by North Park. However, Lawyer's Title is a brand within the Fidelity national family. So if you've heard, everybody's heard of Fidelity National Title. They are the #1 insurance underwriter in the United States. We are a brand within that company, which means that we can close at any of our sister companies. So Fidelity owns Chicago Lawyers, Tycor, Alamo. They acquired Allegiance Title not too long ago, and Commonwealth Title. So any of those brands we can close at. If you're a realtor or loan officer and you guys don't want your clients to have to drive far, you don't have to worry about that. We can still close them in a title company, or we can send a mobile notary. Mobile notary, if they're here local, we'll send a mobile notary that knows the documents, and because they're former escrow officers, so they can explain the documents. However, if they are a notary outside of the DFW and we have to go through a third-party company, they're going to be limited to what they can describe and explain in the documents, just because notaries are not allowed to interpret documents. However, supporting my business is supporting a small business owner. I don't have corporate financial backing, so the way that I sustain my office and continue to grow my office is through all the hard work, all the hustle, all the grit, all the grind that I put in every single day for my clients, realtors and loan officers, and even your clients. When I have a closing with a buyer or seller, I always let them know that they're welcome to call me, email me after closing. A lot of escrow officers leave their relationship, or it ends at the closing table. Mine doesn't. I have seen so many people fall victim to different types of scams, and those scams are just on the rise today. There's so many different fraudulent activity that's out there that looks very sophisticated and it looks official, and people are falling victim to these scams. So for that reason, I extend my customer service and my contact to the buyers and sellers after closing. So with realtors, I support your business. I do whatever I can to help grow your business, and talking to you, helping you understand what title insurance really is, because title insurance is not anything luxurious. It's not exciting. You don't.
Melissa, I hate to cut you off. We got about 3 seconds left. So,
okay.
Christopher, we're definitely going to have you back on. Unfortunately, we're going to have to close out now. Thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing first show. Appreciate you all. And we will see you on Thursday at 11:30 for our next round of the Community Difference-Wylie.
Thank you for tuning in and watching our show. If you would like to see our next show, or more shows like this one, just click the QR code and go to show schedules, or just follow and subscribe to our channels to get updates and notifications of this show, and many others like it.